hello and welcome to the India Development Debate. I'm Nayantara Rai. We're exactly halfway through Battle 2019. The colours in this campaign period just don't seem to stop. I don't know whether to say it's colourful or the right colours, but that's the way it is going. Right in between the election season, Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave an interview to Bollywood's Khiladi Akshay Kumar, in which he revealed that Mamata Banerjee used to send him kurtas and sweets. Said, I have lots of friends in opposition. Within an hour after that, Narendra Modi attacked Didi in a public rally, asking if only hired criminals were Mamata's hopes in this election. Right after that interview with Akshay Kumar, Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi called him a Pradhan Prachar Mantri. That was in a public rally. There are still stories of speculation of whether Priyanka Gandhi is going to contest against Narendra Modi. Will she stand from Varanasi? Will she try to steal this thunder when he files for nomination from Varanasi on Friday? Was the interview with Akshay Kumar non-political as it's being made out to be? Did the BJP put pressure on Priyanka Gandhi after announcing, that's after Prime Minister Narendra Modi revealed his day for filing the nomination papers? You have 21 opposition parties led by Chandrababu Naidu filing for a review petition in the Supreme Court. Does this EVM bogey by the opposition parties perhaps expose a possible fear of an impending defeat? All of that and more coming up on this edition of the India Development Debate. Joining me to talk about all of this is Vineet Goenka, the member and ex-national co-convener of the IT cell at BJP. You also have Sanjay Jha, the national spokesperson for the Congress Party, and Neerja Chaudhary, a well-known political commentator and columnist. You see her very often on ET Now. I believe Sanjay Jha will be joining us in a few minutes from now. But Neerja, if I can come to you first. You now know that the Prime Minister likes his mangoes, that he has friends in the opposition, that he tracks Twinkle Khanna's tweets very closely, that Barack Obama asks him each time how many hours he's sleeping. That said, the opposition still saying, where is the press conference? Why isn't Narendra Modi fielding tough questions? What did you make of today's interview to Khiladi Akshay Kumar? Okay, I don't think Neerja can hear us. Vineet, let me come to you. Like I said, we now know the lighter side of Narendra Modi, his love for mangoes, who he tracks on Twitter, that Didi used to send him kurtas, all of that. But, do you want to tell us, and you used to be the co-convener of the IT cell, the opposition's claim that still Narendra Modi doesn't answer the tough questions, he doesn't address a press conference, a lot of his interviews are staged, the questions are pre-decided. As the head of the IT cell, of course you have Man Ki Baat, but why no open forum, let's say on Twitter and Facebook, where you can actually send questions live?
Probably let me tell you what, in this country we have seen something called as press fiefdom, where there are a few selected people who would go interview the Prime Minister and then come and say what they wanted to talk about the conversation, not to put the entire conversation as it is to. So millions of people, and rather say 1 billion people in this country, were at the mercy of few selected. Those were very good people, very honest, very nice people. But I think as the time changes, technology given access, and a common man can have a direct talk with the Prime Minister. Today I am fortunate, my Prime Minister tells me every minute where he is, what he is doing, and he has been doing commendable job. So that's why I know that at 7 o'clock he is here, he is talking this, at 2300 hours he is here and he is talking about this particular part, and he is connecting with the last person. He is connecting with people through radio, he is connecting with people with Twitter, connecting with people with Facebook, and I think that gives sometimes sleepless nights to those people who used to have their own fiefdoms, their own samrajya, as it has been said. But here he is talking to journalists, he has given several interviews at several channels. Now maybe probably XYZ, one person would not have got it and that person feels the pinch. I don't care for him. I think as a citizen, I am very happy my Prime Minister is talking to me through his Twitter. I know what he has done today, what he has been talking, what ideas he has, and then when he talks to me in my language, which I can understand as a commoner, I'm more happy rather than reading an English which is not my English, rather reading a language is not my English, or rather reading a subject which may not be concerning to me. I think that does not give me things. So that's why I have moved out from the mainstream media or from the newspapers, rather following my Prime Minister on the Twitter or following my Prime Minister on Man Ki Baat. And this is what the common man wants. This is what is connecting to the
No,
125
but
crore people.
I've got to ask you this one question. I'm going to interrupt you there. I'm going to interrupt you there. You brought up the language issue, so I'm going to ask you one question. Inroads into South India. Yes, you made it into Karnataka. You're going to succeed perhaps better than last time in Kerala. Tamil Nadu, you're betting on the wrong horse this time, but that, is a question of incumbency, anti-incumbency that you and the Congress keep having to share in Tamil Nadu. None of you making serious inroads there. Does this language thing not make you still suffer in South India, or has it become a non-issue? I'm only asking this because you talked about English and Hindi. Hindi is not really spoken in South India.
Once again, the language does not mean English, Tamil, Malayalam, Assamese or Bengali. The language means what you are talking and what I am talking in the same English. It is my English versus what you would like to write as a person with some kind of color. So, it is not about a language per se, but the language per se here, language what I meant is, what do you want to talk? What does the people want to hear? What are the questions of a common man? See, some journalists would go and like to talk about something which he feels is pertinent question. But primarily, if you see, the 125 crore people would like to know how many gas connections have you given. And when the Prime Minister says, hey, I have given you 8.2 crore gas connection, that communicates. When the Prime Minister says, hey, my sisters should not sit in open...
And that's a valid point. That's a valid point. Sanjay Jha, you always say that the Prime Minister doesn't do press conferences, he doesn't answer, but at the end of the day, he does inform the public. So does the Finance Minister, so does the Defence Minister. He talks about, they all talk about the economy, they talk about national security. It is the Prime Minister who's also led a lot of the narrative on GST. I still remember it was him who said that the slabs were going to be narrowed. He talks about farmers, he talks about jobs, where he tries to bust this entire argument that there are jobs, the economy is growing. So would you concede to Vineet Goenka that, yeah, it was a great PR strategy. You all complained about a biopic which is not going to be released. But nevertheless, the public has seen the lighter side of Narendra Modi, got to know things about Narendra Modi without breaking any rules of the Election Commission.
My grandmother, before she died, she was 97-year-old. When I used to talk to her...
No, this question was for Sanjay Jha. This question was for Sanjay Jha, Vineet.
Nayantara, let me tell you, and I don't want to beat about the bush, it was an absolute farce. I mean, can you imagine the Prime Minister of the world's largest democracy doesn't have the courage to face the media? He doesn't have the conviction to face the press and take serious questions, whether it is on the Gujarat riots when he was the Chief Minister, fake encounters when he was the Chief Minister, the snooping row when he was the Chief Minister, the lies on 15 lakhs in the bank account, misleading the young on 2 crore jobs a year, cheating the farmers on the MSP, the way CBI and the RBI and all the NIAs have been destroyed, corruption on Rafale, why Lokpal was not appointed for 5 years, why is the RTI bill being diluted, why have the lynchings death happened when he was the Prime Minister, the disaster on national security, nothing at all. Akshay Kumar, everybody knows, perhaps does not even know who is the Vice President of the country. So these are all scripted, these are all rehearsed. I mean, this is all of Narendra Modi's interviews with the media, chosen select media, where he serves chai and, chats in a very animated fashion, is all fixed. This is all nothing but artifice. It's a fraud. Okay. It's subterfuge. It's a joke. And I'm telling you this not because I'm a critic of the BJP or Modi.
Nija Chaudhary,
I mean, this is an insult.
Nija, let's bring in Nija Chaudhary into this. What did you think of it? Like I said, a lot was being said about the biopic. They didn't, it was never being backed by the BJP. You never had a government council and Supreme Court even batting for the biopic in the Supreme Court. And here's a great PR stunt, a video that went viral, one of the superstars of Bollywood. What did you make of it?
Well, while I'm one of those who would like the Prime Minister to give a press conference and face the media across the board, whatever questions come, rather than just interviews, I am quite happy with Akshay Kumar's interview with the Prime Minister, because it revealed a very human side of the Prime Minister chatting, and we all want to know more about the person who is ruling the country, who's standing for elections again, his ability to laugh, his ability to talk about Twinkle Khanna, her criticisms, her books, and for Twinkle Khanna also to reply afterwards. I think it's a human side of the Prime Minister and a human side of otherwise very contentious, bitter campaigns. So I was not opposed to it, whereas I would very strongly make a pitch that the Prime Minister should hold a press conference and be accountable to, in many ways, and not just speak to a select few in the media.
Okay. Now I'm going to move on to the next topic. Now, when we had after the interviews, obviously reactions had been coming in. One of them was from Priyanka Gandhi. So, Sanjay Jha, let me come to you. You talk about Narendra Modi not addressing the public, not answering the question. Why doesn't Priyanka Gandhi answer once and for all? Is she going to stand from Varanasi against Narendra Modi or not? Speculation is still rife. Why don't you just clear the air? Why doesn't the Congress party do that?
Well, let me tell you, the Congress party is very seriously contemplating several options. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is one of them. And we are not obliged, unlike the Prime Minister, she's not the Prime Minister of India to kind of necessarily mandatorily make disclosures. There are just a few more days to go before the nominations have to be filed. So willy-nilly everyone will know, the public will know exactly what decision we have taken. But as she has herself said, she is extremely keen to contest against him. However, that decision will be taken by the senior party leadership. We don't take, like for example, Mr. Gandhi contesting from Wayanad in Kerala. We understood all the repercussions. How will Modi react? How will the BJP panic? Why they will try and, perhaps polarize the communities in India. We understand the entire ramification electorally. So these are big decisions. It's a critical decision. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra versus Narendra Modi will capture the public imagination. At the same time, we believe that should not take away from the fundamental issues that are going to dictate the election. Our internal feedback based on the first 3 phases of the polls is that the Bharatiya Janata Party is on its way out. And we would like to add to that intensity to make sure that we reach the finish line in a very, very, concerted fashion. So it's a matter of time, Nayantara, and, willy-nilly you will all get to know, because there is actually just a few days left
before
before the nominations.
It's sounding like you're basically building a case that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is indeed going to stand against Narendra Modi. If she does that, Vineet Goenka, I think the biggest advantage for the Congress would be that, would it be actually, and that's what the Congress camp leads us to believe, is that maybe Narendra Modi will have to spend more time campaigning in Varanasi. He won't be moving around India as much as he is doing at the moment. Is that going to be something that you are already thinking about, if it happens at all?
See, in a democracy, anybody can contest from anybody till he is a voter of any constituency. Even you can contest wherever it is, and it is your choice. The country, the electoral act gives you an access to it. So it is their choice. And who will be the candidate of Congress is again choice of Congress. Now, whether it is Priyanka ji, whether it is somebody else, we will contest as any other person would be there. For me, if you ask me, will Priyanka ji be a challenge? Answer is no. She has not proved herself as a metal, neither has Rahul ji ever proved it. Yes, when I see Priyanka ji, then people say, does she look like Indira ji and does she sound like Indira ji? Yes, when I see her as Indira ji, then I remember emergency. I remember Turkman Gate, where young Muslim boys were vasectomies were done on them. So what reminds me is failure, and then what reminds me is the dynasty. Who is she? She is daughter of Rajiv ji, in turn granddaughter of Indira ji, in turn great granddaughter of Nehru ji. That's what is there. Also, Priyanka Robert Vadra reminds me about Robert Vadra. Then I am reminded of 3 things. Her husband is on bail, her brother is on bail, her mother is on bail. So these are the things, and I think the same thing we will communicate to the people wherever she contests. So it makes no difference for us to contest against anybody. As far as the Prime Minister goes, Prime Minister would have decided already how much time will he spend.
Okay, let me go to Neerja to ask her how she sees this one panning out. Okay, Neerja, let me come to you. You know, Vineet Goenka making a case of
Sorry?
what are Priyanka Gandhi's credentials besides
Yeah.
being Sonia Gandhi's daughter, Indira Gandhi's granddaughter, or Nehru's great-granddaughter. Do you think he has a point over there? Or do you think this is the time for the Congress to maybe make a bold move? It didn't happen with Wayanad. A lot of people saw it as a weakness, but Rahul Gandhi, the second seat, didn't stand directly against the BJP. But this is a chance maybe for Priyanka Gandhi to say that, you know, jo dar gaya so mar gaya.
I think, you know, if she decides to contest, which I doubt very much, it will be a blockbuster contest in Varanasi, Prime Minister pitted against Priyanka Gandhi. And as the BJP spokesperson was saying, she has the right to do so. Now, if she was serious about it, I wish she had decided many months ago when she first decided, 3 months ago at least, when she first decided to enter active politics. Now, to leave it 3 weeks before the polling date on the 19th in Varanasi is very short. The time is very short for her to galvanize her workers, reach out to Mayawati and Akhilesh Yadav not to withdraw their candidates, so it becomes a Gathbandhan's united candidate to be able to take on the Prime Minister and so on. But for her to keep that, and for the Congress party as a trick of the trade to keep the suspense alive, to day after day have the media say, is she not, will she not, what are the ramifications? So she stays very much in the news and keeps the other side also on its toes. Nothing wrong with that. The Prime Minister uses tricks up his sleeve also, like Akshay Kumar's interview with himself, to project a softer side of him to the people of India. I mean, nothing wrong with either of the two things as strategies.
Okay, so now I think only time is going to reveal, but this much, of course, we do know that on Friday, the Prime Minister is going to be at a massive rally in Mumbai, and then he's also going to be filing his nominations on 26th. Let me now come to you, and I'll come to you first, Vineet. You know, so much is being talked about that Digvijay Singh versus Pragya Thakur. Yeah, Neerja, you wanted to come in? Neerja, you wanted to say something?
One thing, of course, is there, just one point, that with the Prime Minister set to file his nomination on the 26th, if she has not made her intention clear by then, the BJP can be expected afterward to say, bhag gayi dar ke mare. So, I think she probably should make her intention clear before the 26th.
Vineet is saying that's not going to happen.
I'll tell you, हमारी गरिमा है नीरजा जी, हम इसमें नहीं गिरते एक बात. नंबर 2, अगर किसी को डर लगता है प्रियंका गांधी के आने से, तो राहुल गांधी को लगता है. आपने उनकी एंट्री देखी थी, उनकी एंट्री के समय पे प्रियंका जी ने एक भी भाषण नहीं दिया था. हमें कोई डर नहीं है उनको. Who is fearing her entry is Rahul Gandhi, because if you see in Congress cadre, people say इसमें थोड़ा बहुत तो काम है, थोड़ा बहुत तो है, राहुल में कुछ भी नहीं है. So it is not we, it is rather Congress compulsion not to put her.
Yeah, and so you want to come in? Do you think it's going to create a confusion? It's going to create a confusion. Sanjay Jha?
Nayantara, let me make one very simple point. Ever since Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has entered politics formally by taking charge of the Uttar Pradesh elections in the eastern part of the state, the BJP has been watching her with a hawk's eye because they have panicked, they are rattled. She's drawing not just massive crowds, she's got to connect with the people, she has conversations with them, she's actually traversed all over their regions which are very critical during the election. And I can make out, by this very cynical, contemptuous kind of expression of the BJP spokesperson that what it is trying to conceal is the fear, the paranoia. I can tell you this, that if the contest happens, I'm not going to make any disclosures, Narendra Modi is going to lose. And I think I'll talk to Neerja probably about it. But if you look at the overall distribution of the Varanasi demographics, you will get to know that Narendra Modi, an underperforming member of parliament, Ganga, the state of the Ganga river is a manifestation of the failure of Narendra Modi, who even as 5 years as Prime Minister could make no difference to his constituency. So I think, let's not jump the gun, but the BJP spokesperson has got a right to be...
Okay, let's talk about Bhopal now. I think we've discussed this. We've discussed this so much, and let's wait for Priyanka Gandhi to at least announce her intentions. Till then, it's in the realm of speculation. Time is running out. We also got to factor in that with the name that she has, Gandhi, will they want to be? It is going to be a big gamble and a big bold move by Priyanka Gandhi. Let's see if it actually happens. Let's talk about Bhopal now. Nija, what did you make of today's development, this volleyball, this flip-flop that is being played as far as Pragya Thakur goes? What did you make of the decision? It's up to the election commission. We're just not seeing any finality when it comes to this.
I know this is, I think something more decisive has to come. I absolutely agree with you. And it is very interesting. I find this contest is going to be extremely interesting because Pragya Singh Thakur has been brought in, fielded, we all know, to polarize the situation. And this is a tried and tested ploy of the BJP in the penultimate rounds to win over the Hindu vote bank, to consolidate the Hindus and draw the Hindu-Muslim lines. And Pragya Thakur has been fielded not only keeping in mind Bhopal, but I think Madhya Pradesh and even the wider circle in the final 4 rounds. Now, Digvijay Singh, it will be very interesting. Here is a 2-time chief minister, one of the most savviest political leaders that the Congress has today, with an understanding of India, but who has made certain kinds of comments which will be raked up by the BJP to put him in a box that he is pro-minority and anti-Hindu, even though he has very good relationships, we know, with all the sadhus and sants and Shankaracharyas. And how he handles this kind of polarizing politics that terror accused like Pragya Singh Thakur can be expected to unleash in the coming days, and you and I will be discussing it every day, something that she said or the election commission has not done, and how Digvijay Singh handles it will be probably a lesson also for the Congress party, how to handle the polarizing politics without falling into the BJP's trap.
Okay, so let's see if the BJP's trap actually works out for the Congress party. I'm being cued by my producer that we are running out of time. I'd like to thank all my 3 panelists for joining us on this first leg of the India development debate. We're going to keep bringing you these very interesting, exciting discussions all the way till counting day, May 23rd. Thank you to all 3 of you for joining us.